I got a flight tonight at 11:40, but I got plenty of time. I don't even have to pack a bag. That kind of flight. And I'll be back here before tomorrow, so it's a round trip. Thanks everybody. Hit that like, share the show. Did the ramp win again? They didn't show him walking the ramp. He just didn't do it. I think he just said nope. They just avoided it entirely. No ramp. I want to show you a couple things real quick. These aren't full things. I don't need to do them, whatever. This is Rusty Trombone put up a video. Check that shit out. That's Russell Brand's thumbnail. This just took a very weird turn. Is the title of this video, and he's wearing sunglasses the whole fucking time. Hold on, let's see if this is
vital.
Yeah, this is one of those other ones where either his wife hit him in the fucking, like, punched him in the eye, or he's high as fuck, or both. So, and nobody gives a shit what he actually thinks anymore. He's got 4 rape charges now in London, and 4 separate rape charges in Los Angeles. So I have a tendency to kind of write off people like that. Not interested. There's enough shitheels in the world I have to deal with without giving airtime to somebody who's got 8 fucking active rape charges against them. This is, let's see this one. Yeah. That one's, yeah, that was so this is related to that, though. Peter Butter Dickhead had James O'Keefe on, the guy from used to be part of Project Veritas, and they go, let's see, Dan Bongholio and Kash Patel, and they misspell Cash, they spell it with a C. Backtrack on Epstein, calling it a suicide. Pam Bondi caught saying there were tens of thousands of child videos. James O'Keefe exposes FBI corruption after a raid. Is this justice? What are they hiding? Trump's involvement. I mean, fuck, spoiler alert.
A lot of conservatives.
By the way, hit the like, share the show, etc. See that little graphic that they get? Do that here. Hello.
Told on day 1, week 1, you know, we're going to find out about Epstein, 9/11, MLK, John F. Kennedy.
Aliens. Why Donald Trump had hundreds of children in the basement of the White House, apparently, that were only freed after he left office.
We're going to find all that stuff out. And we've been wanting it for a while to see what's going on with this, who's behind it, especially the last few years at a whole different level.
Yeah, at a whole different level.
And we're going to find out who the assassination attempt was. Was he tied to anybody? Was Thomas tied to anybody?
Nope. According to Trump, it was just acted alone. He was by himself. Nothing to see here. That's from the man. Your guy.
And then we all see the same clip that you've seen, right? It's the clip with Bongino and Kash Patel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fucking classic.
If you can pull that clip up, Rob.
Yeah, just to torment every maggot watching this show.
And, you know, these are 2 men that almost anybody who I think that's the one right there. Almost anybody that knows them would call them patriots.
Almost.
Yeah.
I don't know them, though. So, in all fairness, apparently, neither do you.
Their country. They've given their lives to the country. Dan.
Dedicated. They have not given their lives. They're still alive. At least I hope so. I mean.
At the highest level, so has Kash Patel.
No, at the highest level is you die. You give your life at the highest level. You're in Arlington, I think, or at the West Point Cemetery, or another place of due honor.
And then we see this clip here that throws a lot of people off. Go forward, Rob.
Said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide.
Yep.
People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to...
We've seen this before, so I don't give a shit.
You want me to get...
Bongholio. I'm Bongholio. I'm looking for TP for my bunghole, which is on my forehead. TP. Are you threatening me? I am Bongholio.
I've seen the whole file.
I've seen the file. Are you threatening me?
He killed himself.
I know it's hard work.
Reading? Yeah.
Oh, Dan looks uncomfortable saying what he's saying. Do we?
For the record, I've done a shit ton of clips of his even before he pussed out and stopped making clips because I scared the shit out of him. He always looks uncomfortable.
answer that you can tell they've role played that, and that, they.
Only thing Dan Bongholio does worse than public speaking is public reading.
This is purely what people are speculating, right? And then you have this one clip with Pam Bondi.
Correct.
Rob, if you have the Pam Bondi one.
I'd like to play
So
that.
maybe walk us through what's going on here before we
And I don't
play
know
it.
if
Yeah, walk us through it.
me to narrate live as opposed to
Yeah, probably.
watching me on the screen
What's
narrate.
better to
But
you?
perhaps we go to the beginning of where you see Pam Bondi on the hidden camera. So I'll just talk.
All right, we saw this part.
You want to be? Are you political?
Are you a journalist? Whatever.
On April 28th or so, that there are tens of thousands of videos involving little children. Now, I didn't target her. I didn't seek to get this. People send me stuff. Sometimes
Of course not. She's on your side. Why would you target her?
I have undercover people all over the country, and they happen to get a conversation in an airport. I get sent this. I'm like, holy shit. This is not public.
Yeah, I can't. But I guess it is public because she's saying it in a restaurant.
The Attorney General of the United States, and by the way, Cash, I believe the FBI reports to her, so
Yes, this is true.
is the top dog, is saying to a nanny in a restaurant something that no one knows. And to me, I'm like, well, that's an interesting story, is it not? So I do what I have to do. I reach out to the Attorney General's office for comment. I say, Pam,
Yeah, we saw
done
this
that.
part. He gets into this. We saw the short version of this earlier, but he gets into this whole thing about the FBI didn't raid Epstein.
House. This is what she said.
Or is he saying they raided me, but they didn't raid him? Is that
Thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn.
Now, this is the first time an official.
right? We've seen
On the
this.
Epstein files are going to get.
Yeah, she said it there too. We know that.
To me, it's like that's something. So I felt like I had to publish this. Now, if she hadn't have gone publicly and said this, and I had released this clip in the restaurant, it would have been a much bigger deal.
Right. You gave them a warning so they could cover for it, and it's no harm, no foul.
But it does raise questions, doesn't it?
It does.
Why is this?
Like, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend?
Why are they not being transparent with the American people? Why are they telling a nanny in a restaurant? So it raised.
What could possibly? Is there a? I don't know. Is it? What could possibly be the reason? I'm racking my brain. I know you guys are. Chat room. I don't know if there's something that we're just missing. You know what I mean? Maybe that's it's always that missing piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean? You're like, God, I wish there was just this, like, it's so elusive. You know, it's like it's like a great murder mystery or something like that. There's like, oh, if we only had one more piece of evidence that could tie the whole thing together. Like, why is everybody in Trump's administration behaving this way after they told everybody they would release this stuff? I can't grasp what it could possibly. Does anybody? I don't know. I'm open at this point to any theories that people. What the fuck is that? How'd that get on screen? In the world? Who are these people? What in the hell? Oh, look, it froze. It's weird that it just doesn't feel comfortable doing that. It's funny. What was that? I'm gonna have to review that later. Maybe there's something, I don't know, integral to.
Questions to your point about Cash. I know Cash a little bit. I think he is a good man. And I mean that. Based upon what I know about him. I don't know Dan as much, but I also think he's a good man. I don't trust the bureaucracy that reports to them.
Sorry, you think they have less information now than they had before they came in?
And if you put any good man and the most ethical person at the top of that bureaucracy, I think you're setting them up for failure.
Oh, I see. So Trump, it's not Trump's fault that he's a pussy-grabbing lunatic who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for years. He's just at the top of a pile of bureaucracy that will just undermine him. There's nothing he can do. He's just got to be a scumbag. I see.
Let me give you a specific example of where I'm coming from. I was raided by the FBI shortly before I met you. The FBI pointed guns at me and took my reporter's notebooks. They just recently closed.
When did that happen? When?
Case against me a few months ago, the FBI, in February of this year. And they gave me back my phones that they had for 3.5 years. When you get a search warrant to conduct a raid, you have to go to a judge, right, with a reason. Oh, we have this probable cause. The reasons why to raid. When you close a case, which is very rare for the FBI to execute a search warrant and not bring charges, it hardly ever happens. You are required by law to give a copy of the probable cause. That is the reason why you conducted the raid. Guess what they did? They redacted every single word.
Oh, so Trump's DOJ in February redacted the entirety of the order whenever it came. When did you initially get raided?
The probable cause used.
When do you guys think he got raided?
Raid my newsroom. Every word.
Who do you think was president when he got raided?
Maybe your producer can pull it up on Google or something. Every word. There's a black bar, Pat. Through. It's ridiculous.
He gets to call him Pat. I mean, doesn't everybody else have to call him PBD or peanut butter dickhead?
Black bars. And we're not talking about terrorists. We're not talking about Jeff Epstein. We're not talking about child molesters and drug traffickers. We're talking about James O'Keefe, the journalist. So if our FBI, our Attorney General's office, can't be transparent about why they raided a journalist's newsroom, why do we have any faith in the FBI?
You mean Pam Bondi's DOJ, Donald Trump's DOJ? Because this is, again, they had already taken over at this point. You haven't just decided to, like, call him, ask for an unredacted copy?
To be transparent about these other.
Sorry, Cash can't tell him to give you an unredacted copy? Why not?
That's where I'm coming from on this.
And is this in regard to the Ashley Biden diary, James?
Correct.
This is it, right? Because somebody contacted you and told them that they found the diary of the daughter of the president of the United States staying.
Not the president.
A bunch of stuff, and also claiming that her father showered her with her probably
No, a candidate.
inappropriate ages, and then they raid your house.
Correct. Yeah, it's an affidavit. It's my go down.
Yes, this was before Biden was president, if I'm not
Veritas
mistaken.
journalist
Right?
detained, devices seized. This is not it, but it's on my X page. There's on page 47 of the affidavit. Every word is redacted. I mean, I was enraged. The American Civil Liberties Union, which is a liberal group, came to my defense. This is crazy. You take if another country like Ukraine or Russia or North Korea did,
Mainly Russia or North Korea, but sure.
our State Department would. So my point is, I don't have a lot of faith in these institutions. I just don't.
What do you think?
So it doesn't matter who runs them, and so all of Trump's promises and the people he was going to put in there are total bullshit, and it doesn't matter that Kash Patel's in there. There's just too much bureaucracy, so they'll never be able to release these things, and it's largely because it's this giant pile of bureaucracy. It has nothing to do with the fact that Trump is all over the Epstein files.
When they get in, that's what I want to know. Because
Yeah, what happens? Why do they turn? Could it be reality, or could it be that they were always full of shit and now they've got nothing?
There it is, right there. I apologize. I apologize. Could you just? I apologize. Interrupt.
Is that real?
That's a real document. Can you zoom in, please?
Like what?
It says probable cause justifying search of O'Keefe's person and premises. Every single word is redacted. They even redacted the footnote.
So
Isn't this insane?
2019, 11/19/2019. See that over there, guys? You see that? And so this search warrant is from when Trump was in his third year in office, and the return of it happened redacted in February of Trump's second term.
There's more of this.
So it means they can do whatever they want. They don't have to show you why they came in your house.
It's literally.
Look
it's
at that.
It's a violation. Look at this. Look at this.
the whole thing. Keep going, Rob.
Like, okay, all right, see what they did
going.
there.
Okay, wait. There's something unredacted. Read the bottom.
What's the bottom?
Read that. Based upon this is an FBI agent, I have learned, among other things, that cell phones are capable of sending emails.
Great.
Are you kidding me?
I'm shocked they didn't redact that.
This is not Saturday
the
Night Live.
aforementioned emails.
And then it goes on to the rest of the affidavit. But the previous 3 pages are the probable cause. That is the justification for the raid against James O'Keefe.
And James, if you don't mind, what were they looking for?
Yeah, what were they looking for?
They weren't looking for the diary. They already had that. What were they? Well, that's a loaded question. What were they really trying to do?
What were they really trying to?
They were really trying to get inside my cell phone because people in the government come to me with information, which is
The Trump administration, the first time around, was mad that there were leaks happening and they were going after leakers because Trump is paranoid about that shit because he's afraid of the truth getting out. That's what it was. Somebody definitely was contacting him even about stuff they like, and they were like, fuck this, and they jumped on him. 2019, Trump was president. Fuck all of these guys.
reporter I have a right to receive, and they don't like that.
Of course.
Now, if you think about
did you give them the password to your cell phone?
This is another very interesting story.
Because you know what happened with Ron Johnson, where when they walked up to his house and they took his phone, and the rule of thumb, if you ever hand your phone over, you're not supposed to give the password. How did they get into your phone?
This is a crazy story. They bang on the door, and it's the loudest pounding. You know it's the feds. You just know. And I go to the door. I'm like, I'm opening the door because they're going to shoot me. And then they open. They put me in handcuffs. I think I'm under arrest. They say, no, this is a search warrant. I say, I want to speak to my lawyer. I say over and over again, I want to speak to my lawyer because I learned I was arrested 10 years prior. Don't talk to the FBI. Just don't.
Okay. Use a landline. Also, it doesn't matter. You can talk to your lawyer, but the lawyer cannot stop the search warrant. Did you also learn that? The police come and they're exercising a search warrant. That's it. Judge has already signed off on it. That ship has fucking sailed. The search goes on. You can have the stuff that was taken or seen or whatever thrown out of court later with your attorney if it was a bad search warrant, but you cannot stop them in the middle of it, and it's stupid if you try.
Even if you're innocent. They say, would you like to use the iPhone on your nightstand? I said, yes. And then I unlock the phone because I have to call my lawyer. And the moment that I unlock my phone, they snatch the phone. Not get out of here.
Holy shit.
They snatched the phone out of my hand because I unlocked the phone. And then the FBI agent, almost to torture me in front of me, he goes to the settings and he changes the settings to make it not go to sleep.
Wow.
Yes. And then they put the phone in an evidence bag. Now the FBI has...
Whoever this FBI agent is, I love you and I want to have your babies.
access to all of my Signal messages. Do you know what's in my Signal messages?
Attack plans? No, shit.
All the people in the government that come to me with information.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like something Donald Trump would be interested in having. Oh, wait, the what? Sorry? It's the who? Hang on. It's who?
That come to me with information.
Wow.
So the Department of Justice, this is the Biden Department, or the month before Trump was elected in 2020.
Yeah, so this would not be the very definition of not the Biden Justice Department. And this wasn't a month, well, I mean, maybe the search warrant afterward, but the affidavit was done in 2019.
Excuse me, Biden was elected in 2020. Now they have access to all of my sources.
Jeez.
So,
yes, you lied. It was Trump's DOJ, Trump's FBI.
this is what gets considered to be a constitutional raping.
Right. And so you're saying Donald Trump grabbed you by the journalistic pussy.
The American Bill of Rights have special protections for reporters. And you're talking to the...
Well, freedom of the press. I don't know that they... I don't think they thought of, like, reporters as kind of the gumshoe hat-wearing press card guys of the future.
Only newsroom that has ever been raided by the FBI. We're the only ones that have ever been raided. And they did it just to get the information.
Yeah, okay. As opposed to what? Just, like, tie you up and give you a noogie?
So, what's behind all those black bars?
The reason the Trump administration had for raiding your house?
Leave confidential FBI informants.
Of course.
People who lied to the FBI to set me...
Who work for you?
up.
So people who worked at Project Veritas and who informed on you?
I could tell you so many war stories, guys, but you ask me questions about Cash and Dan Bongino. They're great guys. I think they mean well.
Based on what?
You put me in charge of the FBI, I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, how do you trust...
Just like them.
Bureaucracy like that? Where people behave... That, by the way, that is totally illegal.
Yeah, and it happened during the Trump administration. What's your point?
Can't take a gun, point it against your forehead, and say, "Give me your reporter's notebooks."
Sure you can. You just don't have to give it to them, and they can't shoot you for not doing it.
If that happened in Eastern Europe, our State Department would be issuing sanctions against that country.
No, the Biden State Department would. The Trump State Department would send them, I don't know, fucking fruits on dowels.
But it happened in New York.
Yeah. So guys, one question, James. So they promise all this. Day one, we're gonna do this. Day one, we're gonna do that. What do you?
Oops. And now we've reached Vinny's sore spot.
Happened, meaning they're in now. Donald Trump is the president. He's told them, "Go ahead, you guys do whatever you want."
Go ahead.
What? Who makes a
what? Who? What? Who? Huh?
Bondi, a Dan Bongino, a Cash Patel, all of a sudden change their tunes and not release what we know? Because, James, at the end of the day, she even said tens of thousands, I'm assuming, James, is, let's say, 30,000 hours of grown men having sex with children. And, James, I don't know if you're familiar. In the movie JFK, Jim Garrison says, and I quote, "Let justice..."
He's reading. Let justice win, lest the heavens may fall, or something.
Done, though the heavens
Justice be done. Let justice be done. Yeah.
fall, which basically means going after truth. No.
Yeah, it says exactly what it... Dude, it says exactly what it says on your laptop. You looked up the quote, and it's meaningful to you, and you call yourself the Angry Patriot, so you're drawing attention to that so people can mehect you, or whatever the fuck that thing is. But you're reading the quote and the meaning of the quote. It's adorable.
No matter how powerful the people, and no matter what happens to the system. So what happened? What do you think they go in, and who tells them you are not really
Who? What are you, a fucking owl?
any of this because our friends and blah 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 are attached to it?
Our friends. Who would you be? Which friend would you be talking about? What possible friend could you be? I mean, I'm trying to think of like friends that like who in this group are friends? Like what people that are involved in this are friends? God damn, these guys are so thick.
I don't know if anyone tells them. I mean, some have said they put you in a skiff. This is more.
Some haven't said this. This is a Bill Hicks joke, you piece of shit.
This is not a fact. This is speculation, but a funny notion that might illustrate what could happen is, you know, that image of JFK getting shot?
Yes.
Do they put the leaders in a skiff that's a secure, compartmentalized information facility? Do they show the Zapruder film of JFK getting shot and said, "You better do what we tell you to do"?
Well, they've already seen that. What he means is they show you the Kennedy assassination from an angle you've never seen before, and then get you to behave. That's a Bill Hicks line, and these assholes can't even do it justice.
That could be you. No.
Ouch. And you go, "I'm the president of the United States. How about I kill you right now? SEAL Team 6, everybody get in here. These motherfuckers are in this room. This guy just threatened my life. Grab him and him and him and all these fuckers. I want them all on a black site tonight. We're recorded this conversation, and fuck you."
I'm not saying they did that to these gentlemen.
Yeah, of course not. They wouldn't have to. They're just fucking liars.
Actually, genuinely mean this. I've met Cash. I think he's a genuinely good man.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I think the system is institutionally corrupt.
Yeah, it's institutionally corrupt, and that's why they show you the Zapruder film and threaten your life, and it's that kind of corruption as opposed to it's just busy work. I don't know. They make you go all these. They give you like top 10 things to chase down, and all of them are number ones out of 10, and one being the highest and not the lowest, which seems weird. But they're all important. They're all over my desk. I don't have time for the stuff I promised.
And everyone says, you know what they say to me, Pat? "Oh, call Cash. He'll help you out. Call Bam. Call Pam." Yeah, like I got them on speed dial. They're getting asked for 10,000 favors a day. Mm-hmm. I don't have.
And they're getting them.
I don't have any money to give them.
Jesus Christ. And they're for sale. Thanks for admitting it. What the shit?
The system
Hit the
is
like,
so.
everybody. Share the show. I honestly, I don't know why I don't have my. Hold on. I need my chat open so I can see you guys. Good Lord.
When you need the guy at the top to be so influential, it's the system. It's the Article 3 judges. It's the courts. It's the line prosecutor.
No, it's not. Cash Patel and Bungholio are not afraid of fucking line prosecutors and the system, and that's not why they're not telling you about this. What the shit?
The agents in my apartment. Do you know that when the agents were in my apartment, I could tell by the looks on their faces that they didn't want to be there. They're like, this is crazy. This is wrong. But they did it.
Well, speculate a little bit. What do you think?
Well, of course they did it. Trump told them to. He was president.
Happens when they get in, because they tend to change when they get in.
Are you talking about the FBI agents?
Anybody and everybody. That the moment they get in.
Yeah, they just, it's almost like it couldn't possibly be that I'm a dipshit and I bought what they were selling hook, line, and sinker, and then once they got the job, they didn't owe me anymore. It couldn't be that. It must be something nefarious and ephemeral and part of the ethers of the political world.
And the whole quote by Mario Cuomo, people campaign in poetry, but they govern in prose. You know, once they go in.
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what it is. The poetry of Cash Patel has been ruined by the prose of Bungholio.
You know, they used to communicate and talk to you. Now the only way they talk to you is with emojis. You know, hey, when they were campaigning, they wanted to talk to you regularly. I want to come on the podcast. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then all of a sudden they're in. They're more quiet about. But what do you think happens when they get in?
Politics.
Politics. Right. The Roman Senate is the most corrupt governing body in the entire world. It starts out at the tax collector, the street vendor.
A story right now. One of the directors of the agency. They mean well.
They do mean well.
Into FEMA, or they go on the IRS. They have all these notions of freedom and prosperity and eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. But then they get in there, and they're such snakes.
Yeah. How are these people going to avoid it? I mean, you just fall for it. You know what I mean? It's you come in there all wide-eyed, hoping to bring freedom to the American people, and then they spray dipshit juice in your face, and you can't think straight. And everywhere you look, there's coke and tits, and you can't figure out where anything goes. And the next thing you know, you're back in Nashville with your country beard, or you're over in Las Vegas at your place doing rails off of a fucking stripper's behind. You know, it's just weird. And you're like, wait a minute, I was fighting for freedom yesterday.
These entities just, DC.
No, he doesn't.
The land of phonies and narcissists.
Excuse me, Peanut Butter Dickhead might sue you for copyright. I think that's what their members only, subscription service is called.
Not attracted to do the right thing. They want power and money and sex.
Project much?
Are we under some delusion that the?
Yes. Are we under some delusion that Cash Patel, Pam Bondi, and Bungholio aren't fucking banging each other like some sort of weird Penthouse cartoon? Every time we turn around, anything to avoid letting those who are servicing Jeffrey Epstein be brought to justice?
People in Washington want something other than power and money and sex. What percentage of the people in Washington inside these agencies are actually there to do the right thing?
The people who've had enough money and sex. Some of us are way over quota. What's up?
What percentage? For real? Are we naive and foolish enough to think that people...
Yes, apparently. That's what they were just telling you, fuckhead.
Are in these places?
I think they start off wanting to do the right thing. And then...
Do you? Maybe it's the fact that you think that is why they pulled the wool over your eyes. Do you ever think about that? You sap?
Peer pressure they get
peer pressure. That's what the next thing they know, they're smoking cigarettes, they're wearing leather jackets and white t-shirts and rolling their jeans up, wearing dungarees.
Forced.
Or there's a few people,
in them.
or there's a few people that are there who do the right thing, but there's so many snakes and manipulative. Look at what happened to me. Look why I'm on your show. I started my own institution because I didn't want to be part of the snakes. And the snakes infiltrate. And I think in some regards it's human nature.
Or everyone you hang around and work with are of a certain ilk and they suck. maybe it's not humanity that has to carry this fucking burden. Maybe you're a shit judge of character. You're a liar surrounded by liars. You have managed to bullshit yourself, and you're at a wall where you've just reached the borderline of, if you take one step forward, you have to wake up to this fact, and you just can't do it. So you're moving the goalposts.
And this is a really good question you're asking.
Suck up.
I'm learning in real time. I started an institution because I didn't trust institutions, and then I'm removed from my own institution by snake.
And yet those other institutions you don't trust are going on all the time, and they manage to do real reporting and present facts and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's shit you don't like. I understand it's fake news to you because it makes your side look bad.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm James O'Keefe.
This motherfucker, they put him on Minect. That's what this is. Like, this is this fucking weird cult they put together. So, this is so fucking weird. I know I went long tonight, but and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging around with me. Hit the like, share the show. Let me see if I can bring up my my chat room even, and see you guys, because oh my god, what a crazy thing. There we go. Is it happening? Am I even? I think it's there. Is it? Yeah, there we go. Excellent. There you are. Yeah, I have to see it on another screen. I can look over here, but I don't see as much. Love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. And then, like I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be out. Saturday, I will have a show. I might do little posts and that kind of stuff, but I won't be doing regular shows at regular times anyways. I might do them at other times if we all decide we need a nap at our running around. Yeah. So I got to fly out tonight. Yeah, your flight? Yeah. Tonight, late. I leave it like it's a red eye. I fly in, pick up my kid, and fly back. So I'm doing that, and so I got to go do that. So anyways, love you guys. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If I'm a little late or something, or I decide to do it a little bit early, I apologize. It should be on time. It should be regular, but again, anything can happen. I'll keep you guys posted. Wish me luck. We got through all that stuff, though. We covered it all, because it's the only place that it gets done. I'm just saying. Also, I think Liberal Dan is on, so let me go over and raid him on Twitch. Send you guys over there. Much love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow after I fly, like, I don't know, 12 hours round trip or some shit. You guys are awesome.